What's up everybody, Bro24. Gonna show you guys a TCG game using Deoxys from Celestial Storm today. The Deoxys Speed one, the one that does hit and switch. So I don't know what's been with me recently, but I really wanted to make the hit and switch thing work again in these formats. We don't really have a great Pokemon to do that. I guess the best one will be maybe Umbreon GX, and even that guy is not that good. But Deoxys does 1 for 20, you can switch, and it's a Pokemon that is a basic at least, so you don't have to worry about getting a stage 1 out and other stuff. I am going to try an Umbreon again in standard right now, but this is of course with the new format and with the new cards, Sun and Moon on. So as you guys can see, I have my Pyukumuku wall there. Love that name. But yeah, this is going to be our wall. It has one retreat, so I can actually put the escape board on it and retreat as I do the hit and switch thing with this Deoxys. And with innards out, if this Pokemon gets knocked out, which won't be hard with only 60 HP, your opponent's Pokemon gets 6 damage counters. So it's the best sort of hit and switch wall we have, the only one basically. I can't think of anything better. So obviously I would like to play 4 in this deck, but I only have 3. That's why I'm not really showing a deck profile. This isn't going to be like a pretty serious deck. It's just something to mess around with. Give you guys some ideas, maybe to try it out. I'm not going to show the deck because 99% of the games I played I lost with this, and I really don't have any really great games that I win. I think I won, like, all the games that I won is basically I either got lucky or my opponent just scooped early. So that's how it is. So this is a solid game that I'm going to show you guys. The opponent playing Espeon GX along with the Garbodor, of course. I've been wanting to get Espeon GXs since forever, man, and I still can't get them to finally play with the deck my way. Play the deck and see for myself, basically. Use it for myself. Anyway, but that's basically the strategy here. We hit and switch. I have very few Pokemon in this deck. There's basically Pyukumukus and Deoxyses. And as you guys can see, I drew the Arceus here, the Arceus Prism. The only reason this card is here is number 1, because it's a Prism Pokemon with 160 HP that gives 1 prize, and because it has 1 retreat cost, so the skateboard thing works. And I have a few max potions, 2 of them actually. So that's the point. As you guys can see, I've already used like I think maybe 1 or 2 more so far. And I have a lot of these. I should have like 3 to 4 in this deck. There's a lot of supporters like that because we have a lot of space. I only have like, what, 9 Pokemon, something like that. 8 Pokemon maybe. And a few energies as well. So we have a lot of room for things like the Shrine of Punishment that I just played there. Mars, discard the opponent's hand, disrupt them. There's Crushing Hammers and Hans Hammers in here. And as you guys can see, I'm making him struggle nicely. He hasn't really used supporters, hasn't really done shit here. He's only basically working with the Espeon GX and the Trubbish there. That's all he can do. Hasn't taken a knockout yet, so I'm not doing too bad. I wish I was seeing some things like Crushing Hammer right now, but you know, it is what it is. And we're gonna keep the onslaught with Deoxys. He doesn't do much, that's the problem. Just 20 damage. And I mean, in this case, I actually have the advantage hitting for weakness too on the Espeon. It gives good coverage though, if you think about it. Hitting things like Espeon and Garbodor, popular things that are not really relevant. Or at least Garbodor, I would say it's still somewhat popular. And hitting the fighting Pokemon for weakness too. So you have some decent coverage going. Not really bad. And with the choice band, you know, I did a little bit of good damage there, 100 damage for weakness, I guess. And he gets the first knockout with Garbodor, so the tables have started to turn. But I would say I'm still in control, you know. I'm going to use another Mars here. He has the Digicard. Excuse me, so it's just a stadium. And I really don't have much of a choice here. We're just going to have to keep using Teleportation Burst, promote my dudes. And we promoted Pyukumuku. God, forgive me, guys. Forgive me. My throat. I've been talking non-stop and shit. Okay, so he used Guzma, so I guess he's gonna get a KO on the Deoxys. So that's kind of troublesome because I need the psychic energy. I don't want to miss a turn of attacking. We can't really afford that. So let's see. I'm gonna attach the skateboard here, and we're gonna play the stretcher just to get the damn Deoxys. I should probably save this for things like pyukumuku, but I guess Deoxys is a valid thing to get as well. I don't have a lot of these. That's the problem. I don't even have like 4 Deoxys. I think I just have 3 to run. Only got 3 from Celestial Storm so far. And pyukumukus, I tried to get the 4th one too. It's just an uncommon card, probably like a rare card maybe. And I can't even get one more of these traded online. Yeah, the trading system on TCG Online, ever since they did the thing where you have to pay tokens to list trades, has been bad because it definitely turned me off from putting up trades when I know, okay, it might be a risk. I might just pay the tokens. Nobody trades for this, and then it's bad. So I don't understand why they did. I mean, I guess it's maybe more fair, but it was really a bad idea. Maybe they had to do it so that to control basically how many people put up shit for trades there, like only the serious people would. But I still see like all sorts of ridiculous trades there all the time, like people offering like a common Pokemon for a bunch of GXs and shit, things like that, like a Caterpie for Tapu Lele GX, and I've seen all this sort of trade interactions, trade offers all the time throughout my years in TCG Online. But before I really used it, I would put up a bunch of Pokemons like I needed, for example, Rhyperiors, Swampers from Primal Clash back in the day, all sorts of Pokemon like I think I don't remember if it was on before Breakthrough, but I really got a lot of Pokemon trading that helped me out making decks, and I don't really risk it anymore since you gotta pay tokens. I only trade from what I see that's there and if there's anything good. So yeah, one more Pyukumuku if you want to run this deck. You definitely want to max it out because they die pretty quickly. Okay, so my opponent gets stuck there. Didn't really attack though because he knows he's going to get knocked out. But I'm going to finish him off anyway. Makes really no difference. Deoxys. And since he doesn't really have anything to work with, I don't use Judge. I kind of want to draw some cards here so we can get some other pieces, but we only have Judge and I don't want to give him a hand. So we get our first prize here. So, you know, so far I'm doing decent, I guess. This deck is putting up a decent fight. Like I've said, you have the advantage for the weakness too, but Deoxys just, it does such pitiful damage anyway. You'd think if it really even matters. So Psybeam, Pyukumuku doesn't get knocked out, gets confused, but it doesn't matter. And let's see, we get another Psychic Energy. It really sucks because Deoxys, it only has 100 HP. It's not bad, but it's not the best either. You know, it doesn't have free retreat. I wish it did. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter in this case since you hit and switch. And its second attack is pretty terrible. It's 50 for 3. You can use any energy, but it's just a 50 for 3 snipe. That is never going to hit for weakness or resistance, even if you hit it the active. So it's so terrible, man. Like, you can't even you have like a solid attack once you get going. So that's worse once again compared to Umbreon GX. But I decided to try it out since it's just a basic. I do have a version with this with Umbreon and Pyukumuku. Pyukumbreon is how I call it. And with Deoxys, of course. And I might show you guys Umbreon. I have to get in the mood to play that deck again and maybe work on it. But I decided to show Deoxys since it's a new Pokemon. In a way, show a new deck sort of thing, even though it's not so great. Bear with me, guys. I do have stuff, but have a lot of outside things I need to work. I need to work with other projects not related to Pokemon and related to the Pokemon TCG and the channel. Other stuff that I got to do. I haven't done a TCG overview for a while. I have the Pokemon ready. It's Dugong, the script written. I just need to record it and edit it. But I have other things I need to do, other things I have to upload. Either stuff that I gotta make or is already made and waiting. So anyway, I digressed enough. But as you guys can see, my opponent finally started to get things going, I guess, since he saw Cynthia. And got the DC, Espeon GX used the GX attack. That's really sad because this way he basically got 2 free KOs on my pyukumukus, and those were the right things really for him to target. Getting them out of the way without them being able to use innards out, and I don't get the free damage. This is pretty significant because now I don't really have a good wall to promote, and well, for one, and then the other thing, I could really use the extra damage. Since it's the only way maybe the damage can add on. Deoxys just does so little damage. At least if you get the 60 from Pyukumuku, it's like you get like 80, let's say, with Deoxys. So not bad. You don't necessarily do any sort of a disruption like with Donphat using Wobbuffets or other Pokemon, and we don't have the Pokemon doll, the retro, the fucking Robo Substitute. Yeah, that's what it was called. But it is what it is. I'm trying to work with what I have here, and Pyukumuku was a good idea. You gotta have like an instant switching card, like a skateboard or floatstone, for this shit to work. Okay, we get the KO on Espeon GX, so a threat goes out of the picture, and you know, I'm looking solid, but getting those 2 prizes he got for free with Espeon GX really hurts a lot, man. If only Pyukumuku had a little bit better HP. Crap. So I'm not really looking so good, to be honest, at this point. Perhaps something like Trash Lunch Garbodor can finish me off, clear the game, clean the rest up, basically. What's that phrase? Man, I just fucked this whole thing up. But finish the game off, you guys understand. And actually even worse, this Tauros GX, I don't know what's it doing in this deck, but this Pokemon is... If you go up against a Pokemon like this using a deck like this, you basically have no chance, especially how these decks are right now without any good walls. Because doing slow damage on this Tauros only means that it's going to hit me hard basically for free. And you can't really do anything. This deck doesn't get one-hit knockouts, of course. So he's going to bring out another Espeon GX here. And doesn't have energy except on the Espeon. And I don't even know how many items I have in the discard pile. I would think that I don't have a lot, but I actually do have a lot. And we don't even manage to use the Crushing Hammer here. What the hell? So I use Cynthia. I want to see my damn Crushing Hammers, and I guess Enhanced Hammer would be useless right now, but I'm running 2 of those as well. So I want to see those cards, damn it. I'm either running 2 or 1. I think it should be 2 though. I know I have a lot of space in this deck to run 2. Okay, so Arceus is our only wall. That's basically it, and he doesn't really even matter. I think Trash Lunch can take care of it no problem by now. I mean, if it couldn't, then I could have used a max potion, but I'm pretty sure it can, for fuck's sake. And got a lot of these supporters, man, like Judge, Tate, and Liza. So yeah, maybe we need to make some modifications, take some of these guys out. But what am I gonna put in? I put basically every sort of disruption trick in the book you can have, minus things like Plumeria, because her cost is just too much to just discard 2 cards to discard 1 energy. I'd rather just bargain on the Crushing Hammers. Okay, so he just attaches a Psychic Energy and passes, and I have the escape board, so I'll be able to retreat again. So let's see here. I'm gonna attach a Psychic Energy to another one of the Deoxys, I guess, start to set up the big attack, like it's gonna do us any good. And so my opponent already has 4 cards. I'm gonna use Tate and Liza to draw 5. Hopefully we see something decent. I need Crushing Hammers. I gotta get rid of his energies. Hopefully he can't get any, because that Garbodor is probably the biggest threat. Crushing Hammer again. We get heads, great. So gonna get rid of the energy on the Garbodor. But it's really easy. All he has to do is just see 1, attach 1. Fuck my throat. Since it functions on 1 energy, you know, cards like energy, like Crushing Hammer, you know, aren't as useful against Pokemon that can attack with 1 energy. It's why You know, the good old Haymaker was good back in the day, and it was considered really the only deck you could play using big basic Pokemon and attacking for 1 energy. It's because it was the deck that was least susceptible to energy removal. Everything else it was almost impossible to get an attack going. Okay, so 560 damage. So that means he's doing at least 280, so I basically have no chance. It's basically a wrap. So this deck put up a good fight. It tried. Maybe if it wasn't for the GX attack of Espeon, I could have maybe lasted a little longer. Who knows? But it's basically game. I don't even see again another Crushing Hammer, so maybe we can get rid of another energy, get it stuck there. So I'm just going to use my final teleportation burst. Deoxys speed. If only you were as good as you look at on the card. It looks cool on the card, like how Deoxys should be in the sky, sort of flying. But he's not that good of a Pokemon. Anyways, it's GG. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys subscribe, leave a like, share this with your friends. Sabro94, what's up?